Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. This is Wrestling with Entertainment. I am your Rattling Rabbit, James J. As always, with me, Marcy the Buzzard, Kaliko Yachts.
Oh, what's up, everybody? I feel like I'm more the rambling rabbit, but hey, what's up, everybody? What's poppin'?
And there's no doubt that our next one is Abby the Witch, Mitz
Oh, I'm
Mayhem.
Mercy the Buzzard. I'm Mercy the Buzzard. I'm Mercy. But anyway, um,
Dude, you're Abby the Witch. You're Abby the
uh,
Mitch.
yeah, very
Abby
good.
the Mitch, I like it. Abby the Mitch.
How's it going, everyone? What's up? How you
And
doing, Jim?
I'm doing good. I'm sick as a dog, but I'm gonna get to AEW tomorrow as I can.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. You're still going there. Oh wow.
Yeah,
So are you driving?
yeah, it's around a 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
Man, that's dedication because
Yeah.
I'd be taking a plane. Fuck
That's
that.
the
Like,
beauty of Fresno.
Yeah, it's not
It's,
not so much
that
the
would be like a
problem
20-minute
going,
plane
but
ride,
coming
though.
back the exact same day is the hard part.
That would be
oh
like a
yeah,
30-minute plane ride, though, Kalisha.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Like
It's
shit.
really
Fuck
quick.
that.
Yeah, real quick.
So anyway, last week was a fun week because everybody was on Dust Busted with Scooter Dust. That it was the first time me and Kaliko did that, and that was a
Uh,
lot of fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I must say it's a lot of fun. Although I must say, when it comes to the server, WWE gotta get their shit together.
Yeah.
When it comes to those fucking server, because I hate it where it was like everybody was kind of like on
well,
the same page, but it happened at different times, and it's like,
Yeah.
what I witnessed was me and Scott's feeds were like 20 to
Scooter,
30
it's
seconds.
Scooter, Mitch.
Scooter. Me and Scooter's feeds were like 20 to 30 seconds ahead of yours and Kaliko's. So
yeah,
yeah, and I saw that. And I'm where you guys are, so it can't be west and eastern, you know.
and
But
that's what's the weirdest thing about it is that like,
I mean, I'm north of
oh,
you guys.
we're all in the
Yeah,
same
I'm like,
time zone, and yet,
it's the biggest state in the union, so I'm quite a ways away. I would be if it like distance wise, it should be considered another state, but yeah.
I might as well.
I know, right, exactly.
Yeah, Scooter was supposed to join us tonight, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he could not attend tonight.
Yeah, he's a busy
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, it's called New York City
Yeah,
nightlife, man.
He's religion changed his whole life. He's used to that shit.
yeah, and this
I,
is
Not a life guy though. He's a family guy. But yeah.
this is also a special Friday show that we don't do often. And by the time I get this link up, it's going to be probably after 10. So a not safe for work edition of Wrestling with Entertainment.
ooh, we're going BET uncut.
Yeah, me
Oh,
and Mitch
fuck,
are
they
finally gonna have
take
that
off.
lingerie pillow fight we talked about a while back ago.
Damn right.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Do, 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 do. Time for those late night dubstep editions.
So let's get into it. We are wrestling with the Mayhem. What's it called again?
Mayhem report.
Mitch,
The moment of mayhem.
Moment of Mayhem.
Mayhem report. I like the mayhem report. But okay. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mayhem Report, brought to you by Wrestling with Entertainment. All right, let's start with the WWE. There's quite a few news tidbits here. From obviously AEW is gonna dominate the show, so let's get WWE out of the way while we can, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Ready. Good. The WWE 24/7 title. Okay. So people, James Cleco, do you guys kind of like wonder, like, who came up, if it was, or if Vince didn't come up with this, who was behind this? Like, but backstage.
Um,
I always think about that.
Go ahead, because I have an answer, but I want to get you.
I'm gonna say Bruce Pritchard.
Oh! My sources say that was a straight up Bruce Pritchard idea.
Woo! I called it.
But I will say this: R-Truth taking the most out of that shit.
You know him, James, so you know his style. You know that's his style. But anyways.
And the ironic part is that he hated the Hardcore Championship back in the day.
But he loves the 24/7 rule. See?
I think everybody kind of loved it, the 27-4 rule.
I know, but he just had shits and giggles over the Crash Holly going through a Chuck E. Cheese ball crawl.
Well, yeah, because he produced that.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, he just thought that was the shit. Or, I mean, the shit, like the good shit.
Yeah.
Not the shits with an S. But,
hey, man, you good. We uncut now, man.
Yeah.
No,
this is not safe for work wrestling with entertainment.
Bad. Shits is bad, and I said it plural, and I meant the shit, meaning awesome. Meaning it's good. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you.
I just fucked up my plurals.
Your English teacher is rolling in her grave.
Oh, she's dead already. No.
Damn! Bird.
Killed her. Yeah, no. I killed her with my stupidity on her. Yeah, let's clear that up. Okay. I can't believe I said that. Okay.
So.
Oh, silence. Okay, there you go.
So is that it with the 27 for 24/7?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting on you. Okay, so yeah, that was okay. So the 24/7 title was literally a fart from Saturday night to Monday, and Vince McMahon took it because they're desperate for stuff, and they thought this would spice it up a little bit, make it interesting on TV. So Bruce Pritchard pitched this idea, and they took it, and I don't like it, to say the least. But you know, whatever.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, but hold on. But okay to WWE standards, which is horrible lately. And so, like, that's like saying this is the best piece of trash I've found today. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be like based on what it's with. Yeah.
I kind of get what you mean, but like championships haven't meant anything in WWE for a really long time. So if we get a couple funny haha moments that we could talk about in the next like 5 years, I'd be happy with that.
Okay, well here's the problem then. So all they did was create a title belt to just create a new style or a new format. They didn't have to do that. They could have done a 24/7 thing without a new belt. They don't understand the aspect of title belts, and I think that's where AEW is going to have a one-up on them and really going to like succeed because.
Oh Lord.
Oh no! Dan Clico, I expect a full this time next year because if it's, but I know it's 100% certain that it's going to be. It's only compete with WWE, but maybe be the new thing. So I'm.
You know, I was talking about you and me having a match next. I think you and Kaliko are going to have a match right here tonight.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not. Let's just get this out the way. All right, let's just get this out the way right now. For the record, I am not an AEW hater, right? Like, let's just get that. Because to me, I would like the fact that there is choices. That's the one good thing about a wrestling industry is that there's choices. But there are like a lot of people who really think that this AEW thing is gonna take out like WWE.
No,
no, not you, but a lot. And to me, it's like, bro, WWE is the sun right now of the wrestling industry. Why would you want the sun to go out? Because that is, like, I want AEW to succeed. I want AEW to get to where it's a household status. However, you can't get there unless you base it on something that's already succeeded. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where people get.
I think that's where you're wrong, though. Real quick, because there's so much talent that have just been overlooked by WWE for stupid shit. Like so many names, hold on, the AEW grabbed up and they can and will be stars, and AEW is going to give them a format. You just got to. I understand that we've been brokenhearted so many times, but just at least you don't have to be on the bandwagon, but just don't say, oh no, it's not going to do
No,
anything.
no. That's the thing. I'm not against it. That's the thing. People are thinking that I'm against it. I'm not against it. But for people to sit there and say that WWE ruined XYZ, there's only so many people that could be at the top, right? Like, can they improve on making every character matter? Of course. But there is one thing that WWE does greater than anyone else. Well, let me get this straight. Two things. First is their production. Their production is top notch. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. The production is top notch, and they have the reach in a business sense. They're the ones that are reaching with Stephen G. Coleman, that are partnering with Make-A-Wish, and they're on a global scale. It's like me starting a phone company and saying that I'm going to take out Apple. There's no fucking way. Like Apple, like they are so far ahead, right? Like,
but the fact that he was even close to them after the gate, out of the gate, with just
they are not close.
That's like here's what I mean. Hold on. Here's what I mean. There are so many people like me and others that are sick of the current product that they need an alternative, and that is that alternative, Kaliko.
That's no. Being an alternative is perfectly fine. That's not what I'm saying. But there are people who say that AEW is just going to take over WWE and WWE is going to go under because this billion-dollar company is just going to fold. I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Like, bro, they got billions. Not even talking about stakeholder money. Billions. And come on, bro.
In respect of like pressure on WWE, only thing I'm saying is how AEW is going to affect WWE is that they're going to push WWE because now WWE is going to have someone nipping at their heels. For 20 years, they didn't have to worry about shit. That's why, in my opinion, they got complacent. And so I think it's going to strive them to where they have to make their product better, or more people are going to go to the alternative. I
don't think so.
After time, and more stars that have been overlooked get TV time on AEW and shoot. So
like Ty Dillinger? He's gonna pop up. He's gonna be the guy to save the AEW.
No, there's so many others.
Exactly. That's my point. But I get what everyone's saying. Like I'm not an AEW hater, but my thing is, what's gonna happen when AEW has their off season and WWE is gonna keep going?
Right. Okay. Well, it's gonna make sure that all the I'm like taking up the argument for AEW, because I see what you're saying. Well, okay, yeah, WWE is gonna have TV, but how good of TV is it? If it's just stagnant like it is now, it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be worse because then AEW is gonna have a chance to heal their roster and have a happy backstage, like they're all friends. It works that way and have a great environment to where everyone wants to succeed for everyone else. That is amazing, and it's never been seen. This was the WCW. Everyone was sniping each other behind the back. It wasn't like this. This is new. This is something that no one has seen before, and you're underestimating the power of it, Khalifa.
No, I'm not underestimating it.
What happens?
I'm just gonna say what's gonna happen. No, I don't give tomorrow. Tomorrow they're the belle of the ball, so everything's gonna look good to them. Tomorrow's like the infatuation phase. I'm gonna say what's gonna happen when it's week 6 and the episodes ain't hidden like they think it should be hidden. Now I'm not saying that I want them to fail. That's where everybody keeps getting like, I hate when people think that I'm saying that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that AEW is not money-wise and globally wise where WWE is.
And you're absolutely right.
Oh,
the
cons have no money.
The cons have money, but WWE got stockholder money. WWE has more inroads in a mainstream business than AEW.
stockholders hold you back as to what you can do.
Mitch, what you say about the money? Yeah, Khan has a lot of money, maybe more than Vince McMahon. But Vince McMahon made his money in WWE in wrestling. Khan made it in football.
It's not how it's made. It's how it's spent, James. And if they spend it right to do the right things, the way I believe they are, that's what matters, not where the money comes from.
But what makes you think Vince is not spending it right?
This is as if, okay, let's make a paradox. This is as if, let's say, Shane McMahon. If Shane McMahon with Vince's money for another company, that's basically what Tony Khan did, because with his dad had a bunch of money, and he convinced his dad to support a brilliant business plan that he
But they're football. They made their money off football, not professional wrestling. It's two different animals.
An owner, Chad, the dad does not have any. He is not like he just helps with the money. He helps Tony. That's all he does. Tony is the he's the life force behind it. He's working with the boys hand in hand and Jim Ross and others to make sure that everything, and that's why they got people like Billy Gunn and Dustin Rhodes, because they've been in the backstage of WWE. They know how backstage runs. They can help when they go to TV in October in terms of experience. Don't you? They have been up for this. Like they're walking in blind, guys. They have the right people. They have the right assets. Now it's about execution. I think you're going to be surprised. So just give it a chance.
No. No one's not giving it a chance. I'm not saying I'm not going to give it a chance. I'm just saying for the people who keep thinking the AEW is going to eclipse a company that's had a 50-year head start on them is a little bit fucking asinine. Like, seriously.
I'm not saying that at all. That's not in the argument.
No. I'm not saying that's your argument, but that's the argument of a lot of people out there who think that AEW is just gonna, episode 1, they're gonna take over WWE. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like,
there's a lot
of at this point.
There's a lot of
there's people bitching over the $50 pay-per-view price, and you telling me the WWE?
Hold on. It's like anything else. Just some bad apples doesn't make everyone else rotten, like us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's on.
Touche. I'll give you that.
Okay, Mitch.
I give you that.
What's your next piece of news?
Oh yeah, we gotta move on, right? Sorry. Okay. Here's another one. That I obtained. Original idea for Money in the Bank before they came to the conclusion to bring Brock back. They were 50 on either Ali or Drew, but my source is really telling me this is shocking, that they were going to go with Ali. That's why Ali was at the top, ready to grab the briefcase before Brock came down. That's what I'm hearing. But other people are saying it was basically 50-50 until they changed it. Of who they were going to have win it.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that Ali was the one that was told that Brock was going to come in.
That's the problem. I get my news like 3 or 4 days before we do this show.
Yeah. I heard that too. That Brock was gonna come in. They told only Ali and didn't tell everyone else.
Right. Well, and then that was last minute too. But I won't.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Show you that these guys that they don't really have faith in them to hold the Money in the Bank. Like even a top guy like Drew McIntyre.
Real quick, let's contrast that real quick. And I'm sorry, cut you off real quick, but I just want to show you contrast. That's why there's a buzz, especially with the wrestlers in the back, because AEW takes care of the boys and pays them just as much, or if not more. Jericho said this is the best contract he ever got in his life, way more than WWE. So, and the conditions of which they're under, WWE, it's kind of like a slave, like a slave factory making shoes in China. That the way they treat the wrestlers that want to leave. If someone wants to leave, why do you want to keep them prisoner? That's just not a good business policy.
Okay,
then
well, to
Oh,
that point, like a guy like Goldust and Ty Dillinger, they didn't complain about WWE. They kept their heads down, they did their work, and then they asked for their release, and they got it.
Okay, well,
Guys like Sasha Banks, Luke Harper, the Revival were the
Rival bitched and moaned about the company and
yeah.
tried to burn the bridge on the way out. It's the same thing. It's a business. So if you treat them like a business, they will respect you as a business person.
there is one anomaly there, though. Luke Harper. Luke Harper did it exactly like Ty Dillinger did and got denied, and I know why. It's because they felt like when they let Hideo Tommy, Kenta, Ty Dillinger, and TJP, well, they fired TJP. But
Yeah, they fired TJP.
Well, hold on. But when they let those two go, they felt like, we might be setting a precedent that's telling these guys that if they want out, they can just go. And so they wanted to set an example. And,
No, I disagree with that. I
Yeah.
think
Because if Goldust, which is a veteran asset that they really could have kept in the back room, if they let him go with no 90-day clause.
I know for a fact he wasn't ever being used. Even backstage, he was just sitting around because they didn't have anything for him in terms of agents.
No, I get that point, but the way he handled the business is totally different.
If you're not using someone, what sense does it make? And the only reason you could be doing that is to be keeping them from your competition. And you know this, Clico.
Well, back on the subject of the Money in the Bank.
Go ahead.
This is like what I said last week, where the Money in the Bank became mainstream. Okay, if this was WrestleMania 6 years ago, Ali would have won that.
That's why, yeah.
Ali or Drew would have won that. But you want to know why they did? Because Brock. Who else? Because honestly, at first I poo-pooed it. I ain't even gonna lie. At first I poo-pooed it.
I loved it.
And then when I thought about it, I was like, when he came out with the briefcase, and you saw how the crowd was fucking into it.
Yeah.
That was the right move. Like,
real quick,
it's the
same thing as when you were talking about a few weeks ago, the Ellsworth Carmelo thing. How Ellsworth did that and got so much heat. It's like that. It was the piss.
Exactly.
So that's why I like.
My problem is if you're not in the match, if you're not actually, you were never said to be in the match, then who's to say that any other Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes into the ring and just decides to pick it up gets it?
To that, I got you. I got you on this point. Remember at the Royal Rumble? You remember who won the Women's Royal Rumble?
Becky Lynch, but that was different.
Was Becky Lynch slated to be in that match?
I know it was a surprise. So,
no. She was not a surprise entrant. Was she slated to be in the match?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are our own hypocrites when it comes to that, because Becky Lynch came and took a place of another person.
Yeah, but they did it right with Becky because she asked for the spot and she got it.
No, she asked the hottest damn women's wrestler in the world.
But the point is, she was not slated in the match. She came and took the spot of someone in the match. The only difference is they didn't have Brock go and ask the general manager to get the match. You see what I'm saying?
But if they would have did something similar to that, where Brock was like, "Put me in," I would have been okay with that. But that would have ruined the surprise.
But that's what they explained the next night. They explained that the next night, that after Sammy got beat, that they made a phone call to Brock to put him in the match.
No, but that doesn't mean it's good. It was shitty as hell. It was bad storytelling. And like I said, it was bad for.
Get it now. That was great because that guy broke the streak and he fucking got Money in the Bank. It's everyone. It on everybody.
All right, your next piece of news, Mitch.
Okay. Thought out. Lico's been talking over me. Can I at least finish?
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Okay, it's okay, buddy. That's the show. That's what we do. No, but and I already forgot it. So hey, real quick, refresh my memory because I'm like that.
About Brock Lesnar winning the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I already forgot the thought. So.
Oh
Okay,
no,
man.
no. See, I feel bad now. Sad face.
Oh, you're cool. But it's okay. We'll move on. All right. If I think of it, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, okay. I don't know if you guys have heard this or not. Rumors are that Brock Lesnar this Monday will be announcing ahead of time that he will be cashing in his Money in the Bank ahead of time to face someone at Saudi Super Showdown, and that's Seth Rollins.
All arrows pointed to him in the first place.
But I just think this is backwards booking. Like, why did you even have WrestleMania happen if you're going to do this?
Because Brock's got to get the rematch, and they got rid of the rematch clause.
No, he doesn't. He is what? He's good at heel.
No, I disagree with that. I don't think he should announce.
One part of me likes it. Okay,
I don't think he should announce when he's gonna do it because that just makes Brock Lesnar more of a shit heel that he's lying and cheating his way. Even though he's a monster. Yeah.
But that's the point. I think because Brock is booked to the point where he doesn't have to surprise a motherfucker. He'll tell you when he's gonna beat your ass and where he's gonna beat your ass.
Okay, I remember now. Thank you, Felico. I call that light bulbing when you say something that the ping, the light bulb. Yeah. Yeah.
Ding ding.
The way and I just forgot it again. Oh my god.
Yeah, me and Kaliko just pinged you.
Yeah, I know, but then I talk and I see that.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's one of those shows.
I got so much in my head, bro. Okay, so, Big E's return. This is not a big deal. This is just a token little item. Big E returned, and I thought it was just really funny to mention the tweets of him hitting on Becky Lynch's mom.
Oh yeah, that dude's been lit on Twitter.
That's what I was gonna say. He's been on fire on Twitter and on social media.
Between him and R-Truth with that 24/7, oh my god, that shit. Those.
Right now is the time to possibly turn Big E heel.
Not now, maybe in a few months.
Why is everybody wanting to turn Big E heel? Like, what is with that?
Because it's the perfect time. Turn on Kofi, get that heat, and establish yourself as one of the main heels.
He doesn't deserve to just sit in the mid-card.
But I don't see it happening because they make so much on the merch, and they're a brotherhood. I don't see it happening. Personally.
Okay, hey.
Like I see him losing to Roman before he'll lose the Big E.
Maybe I just want to turn heel.
Yeah, everybody just wants him to turn heel.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
That's just the way in my.
Real quick, James, I got it. Brock Lesnar. Okay, he would go in. If I was booking that, he would go in and crush everyone. He would just go in and you would hear his music as the 8th contestant to reveal who nailed Sammy. And then Brock comes out and just tears everyone apart. I would have booked just something closer to that. Whoever booked that match, I would fire them. Yeah, if I was in the
I mean, they practically.
That's what I was forgetting to say. That's
okay. Yes, we finally got there.
Yeah,
we finally got it.
That's why I said it before. Oh, I got it. I didn't say, oh, I got it. I just said it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Okay. Let me get that out of the way real quick. Okay. Just a little, two more minor notes on WWE before we move to AEW finally. I personally, this is a personal comment. It's just stupid and weird to me how, like, okay, they had Elias with Shane McMahon. All of a sudden, they're doing the same thing that they did with Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, where they just stick them, or Bobby Lashley, where they just stick people together and see what's like throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, and they basically just swapped Drew McIntyre in for Elias, like with no story explanation or nothing. Like out of nowhere, 1 minute Elias was standing next to Shane, next minute it's Drew McIntyre. Yeah, so it's just a level of consistency is another thing that I have a problem with.
Yeah, it's just they don't know where to go with these guys.
And that's the problem. And because there's too many of them, because they're locking a lot of them up to keep them from going to other places, and that's wrong in my opinion. But that's their business.
I think if they just find that right storyline for them,
but that's the problem. They're defunct of any creativity right now. They're trying to go to the past. They're not trying to make new stuff. They're trying to see what's worked in the past. And you got to go forward, not backwards.
True.
Okay, so moving on. And when Mick Foley announced the last thing about WWE, and then we'll be moving on to all AEW. Well, not all, but for the most part. Raw might be, or Mick Foley announced when he announced the 24/7 title, he also announced that the third hour of Raw will be more prettier and maybe a little dirtier and stuff, or phrases like that. I have it under good word that WWE is trying to go they dim the lights in the third hour, kind of like NXT-ish. They're gonna try the NXT format in the third hour with a more, not attitude era, but kind of more like maybe what's it called? The ruthless aggression era, maybe like a little bit more of a not raunchier product, but more serious product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
right.
Oh, it shouldn't be revealed.
That's like a late hour. That's 10 o'clock. I think the 10.
They're trying to be the Jack. They're basically the Jack in the Box of wrestling. Like, you want? No, I'm dead serious.
But that would be a good format if they do 2 hours for the kids, and then I give an hour for the adults.
Like, I can see. They're literally the Jack in the Box of wrestling. Like,
I like that. I really do. So
if they actually commit to doing that.
Right.
Yeah, if they commit to doing it.
Exactly.
That would be like the Funhouse hour.
I know, right?
The Funhouse area.
WWE news. So real quick, just a few comments about AEW before we go into wider discussion on it. Hangman Page and Pac are, as everyone knows, they wrestled in Britain as a surprise. And as I said last week, the outcome was that Neville basically Pillmanized Hangman Page. And so they're doing an angle to where neither Pac or Hangman's quote unquote injured. When I'm doing the finger quotes, you know what I mean?
This is a non-scene podcast match.
It's a storyline, yeah, it's a storyline. But it's so. But I still think he'll be on the show in some way. And I still think, I don't know about Pac. Maybe he won't show up, but I think that's still. But here's the thing: they still have 4 slots. Okay, I saw a sheet that for the that's one of the news. So let me just get this out of the way. Buy-in, the Battle Royal buy-in. It's been moved to the pre-show for free after a lot of people said, "Come on, we're begging for it because we got it for free last for All In," and they listened and they followed through. So we're gonna get the buy-in Battle Royal, and on the sheet of competitors, there's 17 current competitors. I was gonna make a list of all of them. I wish I did, but there's 4 slots open, all of which say in parentheses future Hall of Famer.
Ooh.
So they 4 big names. And Sean Spears is already, aka Ty Dillinger, he's already announced for it. So it ain't him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, it's 4 big names, but I still think like something like Ambrose or excuse me, Moxley. This is gonna take a while to discuss. Moxley will probably come in and win that because yeah, I think he'll be the other person. Either him or Punk. I don't think Punk will show up, but if Punk did show up, I know it won't happen. I just said it will. I know.
You're finally buying in, Mitch. You're finally buying in.
That's why I said John Moxley. So John Moxley, and then I think we'll save that for the prediction. But
saving that for the river.
Yeah.
and that's thank you for listening to the Mayhem Report, the Minute of Mayhem, or the Moment of Mayhem, whatever we call it next.
The marathon of.
Yeah, at least we got down to a half an hour at this point.
Hey, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, there's
like,
a lot to cover.
Right.
Yeah, and this,
when you put it on tape, it's a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
It is a lot.
It is, and it's a boom. We're in a wrestling boom, so hell.
Exactly. It's one of the best times to be a wrestling fan, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a great. This is the best time to be in since the '90s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Oh, hold on, real quick, James. Until about a year ago, I thought I used to say every fucking day I watch wrestling. It's never gonna be like it was when I was a teenager growing up. Every day was the Super Bowl because on the West we got WCW, the Eastern WCW from 5 to 8, and then Raw would come on at 8 o'clock till 10.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
5 straight hours of wrestling, and good wrestling. So you know what you were gonna see or who was gonna show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, like people. And it's not going to be a Monday night thing, but it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, I think. I think they're going to play Tuesday.
I think it's going to be, actually, you could make an argument. You could watch 4 days of wrestling every week.
You could watch a lot more than that.
And you could do more than that if you really got like New Japan World. I think the world got smaller because a lot of these companies are doing their own thing, which is a savior.
That's what I'm saying about WWE. If they don't bring up their quality, they're going to continue to suffer in the ratings, and they're going to continue to have people wanting to leave. If they
the ratings don't mean shit anymore. Because
hold on, and they continue to treat the boys the way they are, and lock them up if they're not happy, and just sit them out, and not be a professional and come to terms when it comes from the competition and other things like that nature. That's childish to me. It's okay. This is a different wrestling. I said 2 years ago we were on the precipice of this wrestling boom. This is different than the wrestling boom of the late '90s because this is a independent wrestling. This is an independent wrestling boom that became a mainstream company. This is completely grassroots thing that came, and now it's going to be mainstream.
It's not grassroots when you got a billionaire backing you up. I'm just saying. That's
Hold on.
You got a billionaire backing you up. It ain't grassroots, bro.
Up until All In, after All In, actually, they had nothing, and this was not in the. Tony Khan came to them. They did everything up. They showed him they could do everything. And so he wanted to put that money behind them and help them with more production and better production, people who know what they're doing with every facet of the business.
But they wouldn't have had All In without ROH's backing.
Exactly. So now they don't need that backing because that was monetary. They needed money backing and stages and stuff like that. Now they got
and production backing. Yeah, they needed a lot of backing.
They have that now. They have that now in spades. Maybe better than ROH.
Okay,
you'll see.
That's debatable. Debatable with ROH, but
no, you'll see. I saw the. You're gonna have a treat when you guys see the Double or Nothing stage. There's a chandelier above the ring that looks sick. And number 2, it looks like the Impact Zone of 2006. With like Yeah, you
Oh,
know
great. That's what we want. Impact, right?
Yeah.
You know the circular entrances. It had those same circular entrances, and two of them on opposite ends. So
Really?
they're separating the heels and they're separating. So it makes sense. Why would two people fighting be standing in the back together? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So separate them, have them come out different. That makes it just more sensible in wrestling.
Alright, we'll get more into AEW in a little bit. We are wrestling with Money in the Bank results now. If you watch the Dust Busted with Scooter Dust, we all commentated on this paid preview, and now we've had like a week to sit with it and really form opinions on it. So let's get into it.
Okay.
The women's Money in the Bank match, Bayley beat Naomi, Carmella, Mandy Rose, Nikki Cross, Ember Moon, Natalia, and Dana Brooke.
That was the right way to go.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. I told y'all Bailey. I told you guys Bailey needed a rocket ship on her ass, and they sure as hell did it.
Actually, we've been saying the same thing, Kalika, for quite a while.
Yeah, me and Mitch been saying the same thing. Bailey could have been way bigger by now.
Dude, it was on a silver platter. Like I'll keep saying the what do you call it? The Izzy.
Yeah, the whole Izzy factor.
Millions of Izzies. Like
even with like the women's athlete movement, like she could have been like a mainstream thing for like kids that were like 10 and under, bro. Like it could have been so
even young teens, like young teenage girls. Like that, like kind of like how they were around the Disney and MTV stuff. Like like it could have been like that, mainstream.
She could have been like WWE's Hannah Montana. Straight up.
They really missed out on that. They really did.
But now that they got her back.
But here's the thing. But they can never go back and like get what they had because they blew what they had. Like they can never go back to that. But they can.
But if they work really hard, they could get her back to what they had in NXT.
They would have to go the full John Cena route with like bringing like having PSAs to young women and like kind of Hulk Hogan like lift them up stuff to the girls.
Hey, she could do it.
But I mean, if you're looking at that SmackDown roster, it's not feasible. It's not out of the realm.
It's up to WWE to buck their shit right, and I don't have any faith in them right now.
But you got faith in a TV show that hasn't even aired yet. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Next result.
I have friends there, and I know things that other people don't always know.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
It's okay, because Glico, maybe even this winter, you're gonna be saying, Mitch, you're right, and I'm gonna be salivating on those words, buddy. So no worries.
Yeah, after those 6 episodes and after that off season, I'll be right. Yeah.
No, you're gonna like it, buddy. You're gonna like it. Okay.
I'm not against them, man. Trust me. I'm not.
Okay, next match, guys.
Next match.
Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship. This was a clusterfuck of what the fuck, and Rey Mysterio won in 93 seconds.
Damn, yo, cut me off.
That was the payback. I think that was just to further the feud. You know what I mean? Because I think the feud is meant for Joe to go out on top. I would think.
Well, it seems like everything got messed up like 30 seconds into the match because Samoa Joe broke his nose and Rey Mysterio tore his AC. All in 93 seconds.
That's what happens when you rush that shit. Like, yo.
Well, the match was supposed to go longer, but because Joe broke his nose, they kind of just decided to drop it.
No, it was always booked for that. And Dominic was slated to be involved in WrestleMania, or after WrestleMania, but then Joe got injured, so they had to wait until now. And for some reason, Ray just wants Dominic involved. So.
It seems like they can't get on the same page, those two.
Well, I don't know.
Alright, Shane McMahon versus Shane McMahon defeated The Miz in a cage match.
I'm
I
done.
would I
I'm
wouldn't say defeated, but okay.
anything man's. I'm just sick of them all. I don't want to see him on TV ever. I'm just sick. I don't want to see Shane on TV. It's like okay. It's like if how do I say this? I don't know. Okay, someone owns a business, and then like okay, I don't think Cody and the Young Bucks. I mean, maybe the Young Bucks because they're the greatest tag team in the world, but I don't think Cody.
Debatable.
I don't think Cody. Yeah, it's debatable. You're right. I don't think Cody is going to just give himself, all straight wins. It's kind of like your daddy that runs the league, and you get all the wins just because you're the daddy's son, and that's what sickens.
But what the one thing I like about it is
Now,
it's not like he's straight up beating them. It's the way he's winning, which is like chicken shit, and it furthers the storyline for Miz to get the payoff.
okay, but for 2 years before that, he was just doing babyface shit and falling off cages and just doing stuntman work.
And he was taking L's to Kevin Owens. Like, what are you talking about?
It was boring. I don't like watching Shane Man. I just don't. He bores the fuck out of me.
Well, like, suppose
Yeah,
that's,
that's my opinion. Yeah.
I suppose that's your opinion, but at Survivor Series when he did Coast to Coast, I popped.
Well, I liked when he turned on Miz, but I said he should have turned on Miz right after Survivor City. The Coast to Coast. I don't pop on certain. Well, there might be some moves I pop on this Saturday at Double or Nothing because a lot of like Jericho has a new. He's going to be using a back swinging elbow called the what is it? The Judas experience.
The Judas
Yeah.
experience or some shit like that.
No, it's not the experience. It's something like that. Yeah. So and then Matt Jackson, if not both the Young Bucks, have been teasing a crazy move where like Brandon Cutler keeps missing the move as they do it, and he goes, "Oh my god!" and turns back to them after they do the move. Are you gonna do that at Double or Nothing? Yeah, maybe. And so they're teasing that, and then another one I believe is Kenny Omega. So there's gonna be a lot of maybe new moves we've never seen before highlighted at Double or Nothing.
Okay, next match, Tony Nese defeated.
No thoughts?
Oh, what?
No thoughts on that?
I mean, it's interesting,
I-
but I would have to see them at first.
Okay.
Jeff,
I give my thoughts on all when we get there.
yeah, and we're supposed to wait to talk about AEW, and you're spoiling everything.
He's excited. He's so anxious.
Yeah.
I get
am
it.
so excited. I'm sorry.
Okay, Tony Nese defeated the Roy for the Cruiserweight Championship.
That was a good match, though.
Yeah, it was I think people just kind of see the 205 banner on these kind of matches, and they just immediately think piss break.
And that's what pisses me off because they'll be like, "Well, we want real wrestling," and I'm like, "Yo, they're giving it to you on this 205 Live and NXT," and everybody's like, "No, we don't want that." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you want, man?" Like, bro, like I said, WWE's the Jack in the Box of wrestling, bro. You want serious wrestling, NXT. You want entertainment, Raw and SmackDown. You want old shit, WWE Network. They got like a fucking silver platter buffet. But everyone complains on one thing, right? Like I just don't get it.
Everyone. I think I have principles.
Which I understand. You have your right to criticize, but have you checked out all the other shit that's been doing? Like,
but I'm just saying what I
low key has been like.
Well, what I'm saying
very solid show.
Behind it, I'm not just saying it out of my ass. Like I'm giving you explanations as to why and like form. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I get that. I'm just saying, like other people who complain, and I'm like, bro, have y'all been checking out the 205 Live? That's been like
I know what you're saying.
really, really, really good, and no one's really like paying attention to it because it's cruiserweights, which is funny because everyone gives the WCW cruiserweights, this greatest shit of all time, and these fucking cruiserweights over here are busting their ass and cricket.
You know what? I know what that is. It's because it's because not just the late '90s cruiserweights, but then after the TNA, what do you call it?
The X division.
Yeah, what they did was they desensitized people to so much because they did so many high spots, I think. And so they kind of desensitized the wrestling fans to that kind of stuff, in my opinion, at the time. Now it's getting better.
Yeah,
but
they're getting up there.
But
Becky Lynch defeated Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. She made her tap out to the Disarmor. Doesn't that make Lacey Evans look weak?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Tap out of.
No.
Well, no. Hold on. If someone's gonna be going for the title and they have quit and tapped out, that is a visually powerful statement. And things like that that's what I'm saying. I think that'll be used in the other company we're going to talk about later. You know what I mean?
No. Oh, God. No. And the reason I say no is because Lacey got the payback in the next match.
Okay. I got you.
You see what I'm saying? So and think about it. If Lacey's first loss is to a person who's holding two titles, that's not like Samoa Joe didn't look weaker when he lost to Brock Lesnar, right? Like,
yeah, I got
come
you.
on, bro. Like,
but it was the way she won. She shouldn't have gotten submitted, in my opinion. It should have been a pin.
It should have been, but that's not Becky's finisher. Becky's finisher is a submission. So it only made sense.
She's a pin finisher.
That's like somebody telling, "Oh yeah, Bret Hart pin him," but my finisher is a sharpshooter. Like,
okay, nice, real quick. Well, no, I think you guys might get behind me on this. You know what I would have done? Instead of give Kevin Owens the stunner, I would have given it to Becky Lynch.
Because she's already the Stone Cold of the women's division?
Yeah! Why not? It fits. And she needs a pinfall finisher. I would have given it to her.
I like her disarmor.
Yeah, I don't think she needs it.
Oh, but remember back like when CM Punk, he has the GTS and the Anaconda choke. They had a submission and a pinfall finish. So you can have both.
You can have both. But
get to it when she needs it. But right now, she doesn't need a pinfall finisher.
Yeah, she don't, because her thing is making you tap. That's the thing. Her thing is not by pin. Her thing is like, bitch, you gonna say you give up.
I know. And okay, I get it, but like I'm saying, okay, then why didn't they do that at WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey? Answer: because they didn't want to make Ronda Rousey look weak by tapping out, and that's true, dude. You know I'm right about that. So I mean, okay, so Lacey Evans had nowhere near the name of Ronda Rousey, but just by facing Becky Lynch, that makes her name a big thing. So I don't think even if it's a submission, her loss doesn't hurt her. If I'm nitpicking here, I just think I would really do it well. I would have had to lose by pinfall in that submission, but I hear what you're saying. I do.
Yes, I mean that's not a shame to tap out to Becky Lynch. Like I don't. No, it's not.
Yeah, I kind of get what I agree with Mitch, but I kind of agree with Kaliko as well.
But I said it was her first big match. Just facing Becky Lynch made her a bigger name. Just facing her.
Right. So everyone knows she was going to lose because she wasn't ready. Like, what's the shame in her tapping out?
In a sense, I'm agreeing with an aspect of what you said, Kaliko. So yeah.
All right, next match. Charlotte defeated Becky Lynch for the women's SmackDown title.
And that was where Lacey got the payback by costing her the second title. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. She did what a heel would do. Bitch, you gonna beat me? Nah, I'm gonna fucking screw you. So
this was one of the best things booked in terms of how they executed it. Like how it was done. step by step by step. It was one of the best segments on the pay-per-view.
But I loved how Charlotte just came strutting, and she kind of like ran to the ring and like, no, right now, come on, right now,
Hell yeah.
right
Oh
now,
yeah, I like that.
get in the ring.
I never got to talk about this with someone, but okay, because it happened before the show started. But what was iconic to me was remember the Becky, Ronda, Charlotte fight in the back and with the fake cop cars. Okay,
Right.
when Charlotte comes out of nowhere and knees Ronda, the way she like came into the picture, like the way she stumbled, she looks so fucking goofy. It just looks so funny. If you look back at it, you will laugh. And then she goes "Whoa!" with her knee. The way she does it, it's just you'll laugh. You'll see it. You'll see it.
Yeah, that's true. You ain't lying.
Man, but it looks like a Seinfeld show to me. The way she like go into the scene, like goofily stumbles in, and then at the last minute goes oh with her knee. It just looks so funny to me.
Yeah, that was funny. But as far as with Charlotte, she came out with the parking lot pimping like, bitch, where you going? We did this shit on now. And the way that
I was like, oh shit, because I saw Ronda's head bounce against the window, bro.
and the way that they did it was the correct way by having Lacey be bitter about her loss and fucking cost her the other title, which
100%.
furthers the feud between the two. That's the whole point. Like
100%.
And that brings us to the next match. Charlotte Bailey cashed in her Money in the Bank to become women's champion on Charlotte.
And Kaliko called it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him the credit where credit is due. He called it.
Yeah, I told y'all that bitch gonna cash that bitch tonight because the thing is they have to separate the division. They have to separate them now. So now Bailey runs a division where her biggest foe will be Charlotte, and now Lacey gets to focus on Becky, and now both divisions become split where Becky has a list of foes that she can go against. So I kind of figured that much, and plus, what better way to get Bailey over than in the summer? Which, hello, it wasn't that a couple of years ago. Her and Sasha had fucking greatest matches ever at NXT for the women.
We had two great, amazing matches, 2 or 3.
So I mean, to get her going, yeah, why not? Shit.
Yeah. That just goes to show you, Bailey, if you keep your head down and do what you're told, you
keep it professional.
And keep it professional.
Right, there was a contrast. They wanted, and I think it wasn't just, oh, we're going to show Sasha. There was a little of that mixed in, I believe. But it was also like she's doing the right thing. She's doing the right business. We got to reward her. And maybe we did drop the ball on her in the past, you know? So.
Yeah, I think it was both. Yeah, it's a case of both. Where they needed to boost her up as a single star, because think about it, they don't have that many single stars on either roster, to be quite honest.
Not main event.
Not main event stars. So why go?
Lacey Evans high, you know? That's why they got it.
Yeah, that's why Lacey Evans is up there right now. They're trying to build her. So why not put someone that you already know who could carry the ball? Yeah, you're right.
I would have put a few other women to come up, but that's I don't have the power. So, I just think there's other women that are already on the roster that could benefit that. So.
All right. Roman Reigns defeated Elias. And as long as it took me to read this.
Yeah.
Elias should have won. Because if they're gonna.
Honestly,
no, seriously.
I just don't like WWE either. Now I just don't the way they're I just don't.
You don't like WWE?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
Boring. I mean, like it's getting stale. It's getting to where, like, when I used to watch it. When I watched it, like in this last year, it became a chore. When I started Raw and SmackDown, it wasn't fun anymore. It was like, this is not storyline driven. There's no continuity or canon to these stories. They just do things and then change them the next week with no whim of what had just happened. And that's not good storytelling. And that needs to change, and hopefully it will. But see, that's the thing. They're a corporation, and they have what do you call it? Shareholders. that are holding their feet to the fire. So they will have to adjust if AEW makes their ratings or not just ratings, but grossing money at house shows and stuff like that go down or whatever. Whatever numbers go down, there will be pressure put on them to change the product. I think that's why they did the 24/7 belt and the third hour of Raw announcement getting kind of like NXT eyes. But that's just the start. I hope they go bigger, but at least they're doing something. At least Vince is starting, right? I guess that's
Alright,
some way to look at it.
and we're talking about the next match. Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles for the WWE Universal Championship.
Match of the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think,
That was a good one.
and I feel like both guys, they were just like they could have done a lot more, but they didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the good part when it's
Like they're
when they don't.
saving it for a future event, which excites me.
Which I'm hoping is which lets you know that they're kind of get away from the format of beating a matchup to death, which everyone kept bitching about that. Oh, they face each other too much, and then they get rid of the rematch clause. And now this is a match that people are going to want to see again, which to me I think is going to happen at SummerSlam. I swear to God, it's going to be the match of the night at SummerSlam.
Oh, that
Where they
could
get
be match of the year.
Oh yeah. So I got a feeling that they're going to go that route. To me, I think Seth is going to get a couple of challengers to get him over as a face, to get him over as a face. So we'll see where the storyline goes with the briefcase and AJ, because I still think AJ is going to be a main event contender, especially considering that he's on the last leg of the contract now, as he officially stated that he's going to retire. So they're gonna use his ass up to the wheel fall off. That's for damn sure.
Okay. Kofi Kingston defeated Kevin Owens for the WWE title. Do we know why Kevin Owens took off Kofi Kingston's shoes?
Maybe to pick up the Fila shoes that he got. I don't know.
I think it was meant to I'm taking away your kicking weapon, but then it takes away all meaning in what happened when he wins by kicking him in the face with his bare foot. What's the sense? Why did he take the shoes off then? If the shoes were the weapon, it doesn't make no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, that made no sense. I will give you that made no bleeping sense.
It really didn't.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, what? Take the shoe?
You get the good with the bad all the time with WWE. So.
I mean, you have great segments like the whole Becky Lynch Charlotte Bailey thing, and then you have shit segments like this, and it just kind of shows you they're trying to use all their brain power for one segment on a 12-segment show.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah. But
I think it's a mixture of that, though. I think it's a mixture of an audience of one. I think it's a mixture of only so many people could be at the top. I think it's a combination of a lot, but I get what everybody's saying.
Okay. That brings us to our last match, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and Brock Lesnar won. And we've already talked a lot about this match already. Anything
I know
that needs to be said now, or what?
They pulled a shrewd move, and at first I poo-pooed it because I thought it was like they're not giving a chance to the other stars. But after thinking about it, who else would be the I don't give a fuck what you think star than Brock Lesnar? And when they came out the next night with the reaction, that's why I was like, yeah, they made the right choice. Because Drew McIntyre wouldn't have gotten that reaction. Everyone else that in that match that would have won the briefcase would have got cheered. Even Drew McIntyre.
That's true.
So the whole point of being a heel is to get people to be pissed at you. So we got so enthralled with KO being a cool heel, Seth Rollins being a cool heel, AJ Styles being a cool heel, that you don't have no one where you fucking legitimately hate their ass to death. And the only person who they legitimately hate to death is Brock Lesnar. So it made sense to put it on him.
And I'd just like to mention Brock Lesnar is I believe only the second man to win the King of the Ring, the Royal Rumble, and the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Third.
Good.
Third. Because you got Randy Orton. No, Edge.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
Yeah, you're right, Sheamus.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And Randy Orton.
Yeah, you're right, Kaliko. Thanks for that that update.
Yeah, people forgot because Sheamus won King of the Ring when it wasn't cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Sheamus, real quick, I believe I have it under good word. Sheamus might be on his way out because of the spinal stenosis.
Oh, that's terrible.
That sucks.
But just to what Kaliko just said, he's won all those things and is a multiple-time WWE champion.
Yeah, he's done it all, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot more for him to do.
He could retire happy, I think.
Yeah, he's got a good resume.
Yeah.
And you know what's? It's funny that like we bring up the resumes. Seth Rollins' resume, low key, has been fucking amazing. And I will tell everybody to watch because they have this thing each week on WWE called List This. Everyone take a look at Seth Rollins' resume. That dude's resume.
Oh yeah, I know.
No, not even that. Like, he's the only person to win the Intercontinental Championship in the opening match of WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Think about it. Like,
that's because of booking. That's because of booking.
But that's my point. Like, it's little shit like that where, like, yeah, his resume is lit.
Well, that just goes to show you that the people backstage depend on Seth. So yeah, or they count on it.
Right. So that's the end of that segment, and now we are wrestling with a brief update of the Super Juniors tournament. Yeah, Swerve. Shingo Takagi is leading the block currently with 10 points. And Ishimori is in second place with 8 points.
And in that block, Tiger Mask is out of contention. Go figure.
And Taka Michinoku hasn't yet to win a match.
Oh, he's not winning shit. You really thought Taka was going to win shit?
No, no. Mitch did.
What? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Taka wasn't going to win shit. Like, no.
Oh, I said that as a nostalgia thing. I said I would just like to see Taka get a little far, maybe. But
Mr. Choppy Pee Pee. Nah, not today. Yeah. Not today.
Even in a Being the Elite skit, who was it? Juice Robinson he walks up to talk and then goes, "Hey, did you really choppy his pee-pee?" And Taka goes, "Yes, I choppy his pee-pee." That's what it is.
Okay, top of B block is El Phantasmo with 10 points. Second place is currently tied between Ospreay with 8 and Taguchi with 8.
Yeah, I mean the B block is starting to be the death block because I think only 2 people are out of contention. When Rocky Romero could still win the B block, that's when you know.
Yeah, my boy. I hope he does. I don't think he will, but I'm pretty sure he won't. But
yeah, he won't. But
unfortunately, because he's absolutely deserving of it. He's one of the best, in my opinion. He's one of the best. Most underrated wrestlers in the world.
Well, he's still got a shot. So
not best, but one of the most underrated.
It's a long shot, but a shot nonetheless.
Hey,
so the B block
is a good shot.
No, I was saying that the B block was I remember when you were revealing the A and B blocks, James. I was like, damn, B block's gonna be hard. It's got a lot of competition. Remember I said that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So far, it's lived up to the billing. I give them that.
And I'd just like to say I was the only one that called El Fantasmo as one of my picks.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So, he's living up to my expectations.
Well, I already knew El Cosmo is good. It has an amazing feature. There's just so many others I think that should be ahead of him. But that's the hard thing to say. You know what I mean?
You never know with these kind of tournaments.
And
Yeah, because they'll go out of left field on your ass.
yeah, who was booking this? Not us. So
Yeah. Alright, that was your brief summary of the Super Juniors. Now it's time for the main event, even though we're now Drew. We are wrestling with AEW Double or Nothing.
yeah, I knew I can do it. All right, there we go. I waited till you said
It's time to get excited, Mitch.
it.
I can't tell he's excited about it. I can't tell he's enthusiastic about
You can tell, man. I'm cool with that. Ah, swab like a peanut. Nah.
He's cooler than a polar bear toenails.
Okay, so let's start with the first match on the card, the Casino Battle Royal. You already talked briefly about this match already, Mitch.
Yeah, about the Casino Battle Royal. Yeah, there's quite a few new, people that you have never seen before that you're going to be seeing a lot more of. Not all of them, but a good amount of them will be superstars in the future. And this is a good showcase match, in my opinion. Like the younger talent that they want to build up for the future, like MJF and Joey Janela, they're in that match. Oh, Brian Pillman Jr., people like that.
So they're in that match?
Huh?
They're in the match?
Oh, you didn't know?
No,
yeah.
No, I didn't know they were in the match.
Hold on, real quick. As we're talking, I'll get a list of everyone. So,
Okay. Kaliko.
While he's getting that, any thoughts on Double or Nothing? This thing is gonna be good. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be shitty. Like everybody thinks I just hate this shit by now, but the casino from what I heard is that the winner of the Battle Royal is going to face the winner of the Kenny Omega Jericho match for the AEW Championship. So it has to be somebody big, from what I understand. Like I don't think Ty Dillinger is going to win the match and become champion. Like
I've got
it could happen, yeah, but I don't see it coming.
I've got the list when you're ready, James.
Yeah, list it off now.
So, first off, like I said, there's 4 slots still open that could be big names. Okay, so aside from that, though, the over the budget battle royal, and real quick, let me explain. Like it's a new format. 21 for over the top rope battle royal. It starts with 5 men. Every 3 minutes, a new wave of 5 men enter. Battle royal entry numbers are picked in a way that like the clubs will go in with the clubs, the hearts will go in with the hearts. You know what I mean? And then number 21 will be the last one to enter alone at the end. Like they'll be like number 30 in the Royal Rumble. They'll come out on their own after all the other guys are still in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a fun new take on a battle royal.
Hey, I like it.
Vegas themed.
Exactly. It's called the Casino Battle Royal for a reason. So okay, and the announced superstars for this match. Ace Romero, number 1, Ace Romero should be Rocky Romero, in my opinion. I don't know much. Okay, 2, Brandon Cutler. I know a lot about Brandon. He's gonna show a lot of people that haven't seen him or known about him. He's a really good guy. Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, this guy's got a future. I've seen him on MLW. Him and the New Heart Foundation, I think, are an act that would sell out. If I was AEW, I would. Now, Davey Boy Smith, I think, is in contract with New Japan, but he hasn't been used there, much, in my opinion, or used right or enough. So whenever his contract comes up, maybe they try to get him and Teddy Hart. I would do that because they're money on TV. I watch MLW sometimes just for them. So yeah, okay. And then this is a guy that most people don't know much about. That's finally going to appear. Dustin Thomas. This guy, he's been like a viral sensation. I think this is the guy with no legs.
Definitely.
Oh, they got that guy there.
I think. Hold on, let me make sure before I would hate to jump to. Yeah, that's him. Okay, yep. And so yeah, I don't know. Zach Gallen, no limitations. It's just weird. I don't know because you have to have a base to really pick up people if you're gonna try to make things look realistic. It's not realistic. Unfortunately, I mean, it's a good story, but it's not realistic that a handicapped person can beat someone. I mean, it's hard. It's horrible to say because I have a handicap now myself.
I mean, technically, if you throw him over the top rope, there's no legs for him to hit the ground on.
I thought of that too. I was like, well, I hope that would be really weird. But
like, technically, he'd be like, "Yo, I got no legs. I'm not."
I thought I got an interview with Zach Gallen where he said, when I was in Battle Royals, I never was eliminated."
This is true.
My legs never touched. Okay, now after that, a blast from the past from WCW. Sure. And then,
over there.
oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
Did you say Glacier?
I said Glacier. Glacier from like late WCW.
Yeah, I know who he is, unfortunately.
He's really good friends with Cody. And
Shout out to Kaliko's son, real quick.
yeah. And then one of my favorites, Jimmy Havoc.
Oh, Jimmy Havoc's in that match?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh,
and then,
crap, I was hoping that he had like a death match on the card.
I think that's coming in the next show. So the next one.
Don't help me, Mitch. It doesn't help me.
The next one that I also am looking at as like one of the stars of this battle royal, Joe, the bad boy, Joey Janela with Penelope Ford.
Did he get his eyesight back?
So that how many that is so far?
Well, I didn't keep count. I'm still going. But I know. Hold on, I do know this is 17, I think, and then there's 4 that are still yet to be named.
Yeah.
So basically, like a 21.
Right.
Because usually, I think like a card's 52, but
I mean, I haven't named 17 yet, but the amount of naming is 7. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm in the middle of 17. So okay. So the next one, Jungle Boy.
Who?
Jungle Boy, the son of what's his name? From 90210 who died, Luke Perry, the son of Luke Perry.
Oh yeah, Jungle Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's good. He's too young and he's too thin. He honestly looks like I did when I wrestled. He looked like I did in terms of like thinness. But yeah.
I only heard rumblings of him, so actually getting to see him is good.
Yeah, I agree. And then after this, which was just announced, I didn't even know this guy until recently. Luchasaurus.
Oh, awesome! I love Luchasaurus.
No, Luchasaurus. Okay, you know him. Okay, I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, he's a big,
big
tattooed motherfucker.
He hasn't wrestled. Didn't he wrestle in Mexico a lot?
Oh, wait, I know him from.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, but I already like him. I don't know much about him, but he's got a big guy look. He looked like Luke Harper in a mask to me.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, you're right about that. But he could move.
Right. Well, Luke Harper can move too at times. Let him. But you know how Vince used to like big guys to be like that, like big guy, like stocky and not. He likes be like a big guy. He would have them do that. And then,
I don't know if you, a quick sidebar. I don't know if you saw Brody King, but you know, like the Eddie Guerrero move where he like leaps onto the ropes and then drops on the floor. He does that, and he's like 300 pounds.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I like it. That's awesome. If you're that big and you can do those aerial moves like a Bam Bam Bigelow back in the day, but like more acrobatic now for nowadays, that's awesome. If that's what he's like, that's awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. And then four more after this. All right, now okay. Okay. I believe real quick when we get to predictions, I believe someone is going to win who's not being announced yet. So, in terms of announced, if I had to pick of someone who MJF.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, he's been highlighted on AEW so much.
Yeah.
So much. And him and Cody are like best friends now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, is mentoring him. He sees MJF as a young him, so he's kind of like picking. That's what that is. That's cool.
Yeah, that would make sense. Obviously, MJF.
MJF 22.
Or yeah, there's a lot of young bright guys in there, but obviously, like like a Johnny Moxley or CM Punk, if they're gonna be in that, they're gonna win it.
Interesting fact. You know, the first time MJF was on TV had nothing to do with wrestling. He was on TV on the Rosie O'Donnell show as a 5-year-old kid.
Really?
And he said he was on there singing opera. And he said, I'm going to be an opera singer and a wrestler. It was funny as hell.
Wow.
Yeah, type in Rosie O'Donnell and Maxwell.
That's kind of like RVD with Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, he did what I did. He went with it. Okay, then third to last, the team of Mark Quinn and Isaiah Kennedy. That's going to be awesome to see Private Party. It's hard to see. All right. Yeah, thank you, Cliff. The background is getting a little loud.
Yeah.
Okay. Then so Private Party. A lot of people haven't seen these guys. These guys are the future of professional wrestling, as Nick Jackson said. So, then second to last, Sonny, known as what was his name in XO and Lucha Underground? Clico.
You
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And his name is Sonny Kidd in AEW.
Really?
Yeah, he's wrestling in AEW. He's not transgender, but he's very feminine gay man. And he doesn't. And then the last official one, this was when I have been around this guy a lot. This guy is a hard worker, and he doesn't have the normal look of a big time wrestler. That's hard to work. And that's Sunny Days. The man who plays face yellow like a. And yeah, as I was saying, someone who might not be like the prototypical wrestler in terms of looks and stuff like that, but his work ethic and his heart are leaps and bounds. I believe is why he deserves this last spot in the AEW Double or Nothing Battle Royal. That a lot of people haven't known, but will get to know, and that's Sunny Days, an 11-year-old veteran out of the Pennsylvania indie wrestling scene, working behind the scenes, for the group, and it's kind of like Brandon Cutler. Brandon Cutler had been working behind the scenes.
Well, just some of the names that you listed off. This sounds like one of the best matches on the card, and it's not even on the actual pay-per-view.
No, it's for free because it was going to be on the pay-per-view, but everyone begged for it for free because it's a big match. So that's good thinking. Your first your first show as a company is that All In wasn't an AEW show. This is
Yeah.
the first AEW. Yeah, you wanna, you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Are we going to speculate on who the 4 guys are in the?
I wanna, from, you know what? With WWE especially, that's why little surprises like Brock Lesnar are welcome to me, because surprises are so few and far between nowadays. People know too much, in my opinion, and it's hard to keep a secret. And so
I don't see
I
any of those
sit back.
becoming a contender against Jericho and Omega for the title.
I want to sit back and enjoy it and just see who it is, but I am almost sure it's John Moxley.
This is going to be the part.
4.
No. This is going to be the part where the surprise entrant wins and everyone goes shit because it's not WWE, even though they pulled the same shit WWE.
Sorry, I hear you, Clico. Can you repeat what you said, though, James?
Oh, what did I say?
Before Clico? Oh, you're fucking okay. Yeah, we can move on.
I didn't say anything, and if I did, I forgot.
Before.
No.
Well, it's got to be the surprise entrant.
No, I was saying there's still 3 entries that you said one is going to be Moxley.
Oh! Yeah, it's going to be Moxley, and I said that I kind of just want to sit back and enjoy every spot. I like, even just suggesting names, I kind of just want to sit back and see who it is. I think one of them is going to be Austin Aries.
Canary?
Austin Aries.
Oh, Austin Aries. Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is Canary? But yeah, I think
and then the other 2 spots are going to be names that I don't think people I will ever expect or even see coming.
What about Marty?
He could be one of them.
Oh, but actually he's still in the junior tournament, so it can't be him.
May or may not, because they've been working with NJPW and a lot of other leagues. I honestly think that AEW is going to work with all of the independent and NJPW to where they're all going to be like not working together, but like on the same page against WWE, like independent versus the big company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we will see.
Isn't it, Clico?
What?
Like, Clico's not there. I was just telling Clico that's smart to go after the other companies, because Clico thinks the way he thinks, to go after those other companies, all the other big companies, NJPW, even AAA in Mexico, you know what I mean? ROH, all those other companies come together to unite against WWE. That's very.
That sounds like the spirit bomb against like Dragon Ball Z. That's what that sounds like. Where Goku got the spirit bomb from all over the world.
Let's see your energy.
To beat up the sun. Like,
but if it can happen, that would be amazing. It would be like the Avengers versus Thor.
But it's not going to be for themselves. That's why the Young Bucks win in their own business anyway, because ROH and New Japan wanted exclusive contracts for them. That's basically why they did this shit.
Well, they're all working together. Kenny Omega is going to go to Japan later this year. I know for a fact that the people like Impact, a lot of people in Impact are working with, even Don Callis, I think, behind the scenes are working with them. I just think what they're doing is they're doing a down low, not recruitment, but they're going to ROH, they're going to Impact, they're going to NJPW, and they're building an alliance, I think. Okay, not NWA, but kind of like a new school NWA.
An alliance is nice until somebody tries to steal your talent.
Right, and I get that.
Exactly. Alliance is nice until they're like, yo.
If they can find a way to all share talent and agree, and if it works, that could go up against WWE.
But that's kind of like a handshake with giving a handshake with somebody with a knife behind your back.
But that's what I'm saying. If it can be done, if they can all put their put their heads together and not be selfish. And I think a lot of those sides can do that. They have the maturity.
Let's get to the next match. Sammy Guevara versus Kip Sabian.
Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, I don't. Huh?
And I believe I'm being the elite, and Kip Sabian has had none. And I think that
You know who's gonna win?
that matters. Why? Because who won it at All In? Who won the Battle Royal? Flip Gordon. Who was on who was on being the elite?
I bet you.
So it's on like they did with Flip Gordon. I think it's for a reason.
Is Kip Sabian the podcaster blog kid from Being the Elite?
I think they're using Being the Lead as their storytelling format, so that they can make the weekly show, mainly wrestling, and then tell the story. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's their behind the scenes thing. The way to get the story going. Oh, they're gonna need that shit when they have their off season. That's for damn.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll have it. That's exactly. You just made my point for me, Cleo. They have millions of viewers on their show every week that they will still have up and going for people. I'm telling you, it's worked now. It's not them to this point. You just watch, bro. You just watch. Okay.
All right. Next match.
We
Did you want to finish that, Kaliko?
We'll see. We will see.
I know how you feel.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not a hater.
Next match: Britt Baker versus Kylie Ray versus Nyla Rose.
Okay, I don't like this. I honestly feel like WWE took all the girls that they were gonna get, and they had.
But isn't Britt Baker Adam Cole's wife?
Yep. Britt Baker.
She should be Britt Cole. I'm just saying.
I know, but whatever. She's an independent woman, you know. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, other companies don't have strong women's division, except for maybe for Impact, because of yeah, all roads lead to WWE for the women's division.
And Tessa
Pretty much, and they're in the flux. They're in their renaissance here right now.
Tessa Blanchard is a step above in terms of how they built her. They did a great job in building Tessa Blanchard. Impact did, in my opinion.
Oh, without doubt.
It made her.
But Tessa also put in work because she went from scrawny to like muscular.
So
she totally changed her physique.
Yeah, because she has her heart in it from her dad. Her dad gave her the passion, you know. It's through the blood. Yeah. So.
Any speculation on who might win this match, or are we just thinking?
Yeah,
sit and enjoy.
Okay.
I said, Mrs. Cole. That's me. Mrs. Cole.
Okay.
Mrs. Cole.
Okay. I'll tell you what I didn't know of Kylie Ray or Nyla Rose until the announcement. But Nyla Rose, yeah, she's big and she's normal looking chick, but that's what I like about her. Her tagline is, "I ain't like these Barbie dolls. I break bitches." And she's got jacked up arms, dude. I think she is, dude. She's like a female Brock Lesnar. If you look at her, take a look at her. Her arms are bigger than most of the girls' bodies, whole bodies.
So y'all hate Brock Lesnar, but you like the female Brock Lesnar.
I'm giving a comparison. You know very damn well what I'm doing.
I'm just saying. I hear a lot of WWE comparisons, considering this is supposed to be the.
An example, WWE is what. Hey, listen, I'm giving those comparisons because that's what people know mostly at WWE, so they need something to relate it to. You know what I mean? If they don't know what we're talking about. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get what you're saying.
Behind the madness. There's a method behind the madness.
Britt Baker makes the most sense, but I kind of what I've seen of Kylie Ray, I kind of like. She's kind of like a cheerleader.
I didn't get to finish. Basically, yeah, I'm going with my way.
But yeah, let's go with Baker here.
Yeah, I'm going with Baker.
Bakers and Anna Rose.
Next match, Best Friends versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Okay, you guys are in for a treat with Angelico and Jack Evans. They are gonna pull off some amazing shit. They are so like Angelico when he jumped out the Lucha Underground, like second or third story office into the ring. It was one of the craziest, awesome things I saw. It made Vampiro jump up and run around the ring because he was so hyped. I mean, like that says something in my opinion because he's like old school. He's seen it all, and he blew his gasket when that happened, as did I and many others. So
and I think I know who Jack Evans is. He was on TNA
Jack
a long
Evans,
time ago.
yeah, Jack Evans and Teddy Hart are like best friends, and they've been wrestling. They used to wrestle as a tag team
Okay. So
before
yeah,
Teddy got
these
Hart got.
both these
So,
guys
yeah.
are pretty good. So
Do me a
probably
favor.
Best Friends are gonna win.
Oh, real quick, James, do me a favor after this and just type in Angelico, like that bump, so you can see what I'm saying. You would be you will have your jaw dropped. But I'm going with Chucky and Trent. That's it.
Next match, SoCal Uncensored versus #StrongHearts.
Did Kaliko choose the winner? A winner?
Best Friends are gonna win, and I'm going with SoCal Uncensored. I'm just giving you your time to shine, man, because AEW is your belle of the ball.
Oh, stop that! I was talking more. I make me feel bad.
No, but you're excited. I mean, I'm excited about it too because it's something different. But it seems like more people are more excited to be, and I don't want to sound like the heel of AEW already, the biggest heel. So I'm just going.
I know, but okay.
You could never be a heel, Kaliko. You're too much of a face.
But Kaliko, I was the heel for, you could say the heel for WWE because of the things I'm saying in terms of their old business model and how it's out of date and how all that stuff. So why can't you do that for, if that's how you feel for AEW? I think it's perfectly fine, but it's up to you.
We'll see. To me, I mean, I think you're being more critical of being a heel because what you're saying is not what most of the general population is saying. Vice, like me being against a show that hasn't started yet.
I know, but there's just things that I know because my friends are in that group that they've been sitting on since maybe January. The TNT deal's been pretty much sitting there around February, honestly. So a lot of stuff that they just haven't, that they got to slow feeding it to us. You know what I mean? So that they don't bleed the load like WWE does all the time. They're doing it right.
Well,
we'll see. There's no right or wrong. I think it's just more what's advantageous to the business.
Real quick, the double or nothing banner in I love it because it's just awesome. It has the stars and under it. It says "Let's do this forever," and I love it. I just like that tagline because they're gonna, you know what I'm like. They'll be immortalized in that night. You know what I mean? Let's live forever. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think okay, the next match is Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes.
Okay, I got an interesting thought on this one, but go ahead. You guys please.
No,
I just want to know where this is gonna go after the match.
I think this is a swerve that it's being billed as Dustin's last match, and I think he's gonna, if not, dust up to where like no one wins, and Dustin shows Cody that he's got more than Cody thought, or Dustin wins to tell, because I think Dustin does have some good matches, like at least a year of good matches left in him. He has the ability to help the younger talent coming in, and I think that's what he'd be used to do. Like he not just in the like for a year in the ring, and then he'll probably transition to a bigger role in the backstage, and that'd be perfect. So.
I'm gonna go with Cody in this match. I don't think Dustin has. I think it's gonna be an okay match. I'm not I'm just gonna call it. I don't think this is the best match on the card.
I think this is going. I didn't need to do I.
Hell no, the
Dude,
best match
I
on
don't
the
think
card.
hold on. I don't think anyone thinks that, but I think it's going to surprise you and be better than you thought it would.
Well, I
By
hope
far.
so. That's the goal, I think.
No, but hear me. By far, like, oh my god, I didn't know Dustin had this in him still. I think you're gonna say that.
And
I mean,
I hope you're
Dustin
right
never
because
really lost.
He still has it at his age. It's amazing. I've seen it.
okay. Next match, AAA World Tag Team Championships: the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
I mean, just because of the AAA title, wouldn't the Bucks have to lose?
That's what I was thinking. And they already beat the Lucha Bros, so they need that win back.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm split on. I said Lucha goes in my mind too, and I think that's what I'm going with. But if I'm real quick as Devil's advocate, if the Young Bucks do win, they then can go south of the border a few hundred miles to AAA in Mexico and have another rematch that'll draw. They had I think it was a record-breaking like box office turnout when the Young Bucks came down to wrestle the Lucha Brothers. So maybe they want that again down there. See what I'm
I
saying?
don't think they want to travel back to Mexico.
That's just
Yeah, I think the whole point of AEW was to stop that shit.
Yeah.
150 miles down south. It's what 2 or 3 hours drive.
Depending on what part of Mexico it is.
Well, okay, the parts that they're going to, like Baja California. That's America.
Yeah, Baja. Yes, Baja. It wouldn't be that far, but I think they
Or-
would lose the belts to try to establish their own tag team titles, I would think. But
Go to Baja and then hop on a plane to Mexico City or something like that.
true, but I think that they're going to lose just because they're trying to introduce what they say their meaningful titles. I would think so. So,
But and that's why I'm kind of split on this. So because you have a very valid point. So.
The next match. So are we all unanimous, Lucha Bros?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's got to be Lucha Bros.
Alright.
I don't.
Next match, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho.
Here's the thing. That's why I think maybe it might, like, even though I think it's going to be Lucha Bros on the other one, that it might be the Young Bucks because I think this one, it can't, Kenny Omega can't have a 2-0. I don't see it. Jericho's got to get one. He's a good man.
But see, considering that this is for the title, the winner is the number one contender for the title.
Jericho's the name that is putting it on the map right now, and you want to put two big names together like Jericho and Moxley, that would be amazing. I would go with that.
But then turn it around, Chris Jericho versus Moxley.
What I just said.
Yeah.
Or Kenny Omega versus
You mean Kenny Omega versus
Kenny Omega versus. I thought you said Omega. My bad.
No.
That's if we. I mean,
here's what
hypothetically thinking Moxley comes.
We are going on storyline and record, and record's going to mean a lot. So why would the biggest name around go 0-2 to anyone, even Kenny Omega? I don't see it happening. He's got the biggest. He's the biggest name. They need to bring viewers in who they don't know Kenny yet. They know Jericho. Not everyone knows Kenny yet. I mean, everyone knows Jericho. That's what I mean.
But why did they go with the swerve of trying to big up Kenny Omega in the United States to a bigger audience?
I just think they need to slow build people who haven't been on national TV yet for people who have been, and then get the rub off of them as they build them up. That's how you do it, in my opinion.
And just like you said, Chris Jericho, if he loses to Omega, that's 2 he lost. Not to, just to let everybody know, Jericho lost to Naito at Wrestle Kingdom in January. Then if he loses to Kenny Omega here, and then he'll lose to Okada in 2 weeks? No, I think he needs to win at least one of these matches.
Chris Jericho wins Kenny Omega. That is my official pick.
Well, my thing, the only way I could see it happening is if a heel wins the battle royal, because it makes no sense for you to put Kenny Omega, who is at this point has the potential to be a bigger star than Jericho.
Okay, yeah.
Not in that matchup.
Probably doesn't have the name recognition that he will get there, but I think what'll happen is they'll have some dust up where someone surprising appears or something that we didn't see coming, or something unique to help, like in a dirty way to help Jericho. Like it's not gonna be a clean win. I don't think.
My thing is that whoever wins this match is going to be the number one. That's what I'm trying to figure out because whoever wins this match is facing the winner of the Battle Royal.
All right, and that's one of the big surprises has to be. Well, I know for a fact 4 are big surprises because it says future Hall of Famer by both their parentheses. So I mean, come on.
But my thing is let's say if it's Johnny Moxley, I'm assuming Johnny Moxley is coming as a heel. So a heel Moxley versus a heel Jericho? No, I'm just, but this is my point. Like, let's say it's Moxley for shits and giggles.
I think he'd be a badass face, though. Like
The whole thing is supposed to be a good and evil, right? Like, if it is Moxley, then you would think Omega would win for the Omega Moxley match.
Why? Just because Moxley used to work in WWE?
No, because if Moxley comes as a heel, let's just say for shits and giggles.
I don't see that, yeah.
But if he comes as a face, then you could see Jericho winning.
But he already said there's going to be a lot more shades of gray, not just good and bad.
But that's the thing. At the end of the day, somebody's going to be the bad. Like, it doesn't really matter.
But they are going to be, I believe, from what I've heard, there are going to be storylines where some people will see one guy as the bad guy, and others will see another guy as the bad guy because it's all in the eye of the beholder.
That's my point.
Exactly. That's the wrestling world in general.
If you do story right, but right now WWE doesn't have that because they don't know what consistency is in their story.
No, they're a face company because if you've seen who's been winning, Kofi, Becky, Seth, face company.
Yeah. Because they're giving in to just what the fans want instead of thinking, how can we get the fans engaged again? Like
they've been a face company since the 80s, bro. Hulk Hogan. Like Hogan, Savage, Warrior, like bro.
That just gives them the happy ending they want, but then what after that? It doesn't engage the viewer.
But that's the point. That's the point I'm making. They always been a face company for the longest. It's not something new, right?
I don't disagree. Yeah.
They popped up one morning and was like, you know what? Let's have all the faces win. Like, no.
I'm just saying what I just saying.
So what do we think, guys? Jericho or Omega?
Jericho.
Depends on who wins that battle royal.
Do not have another one after all those losses, right? James.
But keep in mind, Jericho's not the type of person that cares about wins or losses. He's already over.
But he's the big name from this, and they're gonna want to, especially if whoever comes out of Battle Royal goes to be on the champion. If they get Jericho to do that, that boosts them to the top. So I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
Give me a minute, Kaliko.
I think to me, Jericho is a face in the hand, but I don't think he gains anything by winning the title.
Well, no, that's not the point. The point is,
or winning the match.
AEW is a new company.
Set in stone.
You need to at least have the championship match with a huge mainstream name like Jericho, I think, and then have him. If he loses that, then whoever he loses to is, oh my God, this guy beat Jericho. Suddenly, that guy is a mainstream name.
But wouldn't it be AEW style to not go with the WWE household name and make their own name?
I hope they wouldn't do that.
See, that's my point. So that's why I'm against the grain for the WWE because they don't. Because everyone's going to associate Chris Jericho with WWE off the rip. So that's why I don't see him.
Just because the WWE is acting that way on their side doesn't. That's the thing. The people in the group in Southern California with Young Bucks and them, they try to treat people well. They try to have it to where everyone is happy and it's a good environment. That's not the case with WWE. It's not a corporate environment. It's the boys with a huge corporate thunder working together. And I think that's
When was a wrestling locker room ever a happy environment?
But to me,
that's why the
to
boys
me-
don't go.
I get it. I get your point. But to me, the case is you're not going to please everyone. There's always going to be a 10%. I call it the 10% rules. There's always a 10% that's going to be not happy.
Like the Jim Cornettes that get mad at the doll wrestling, right?
Oh, damn, I'll kill you. I like kills.
He hated Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega for wrestling the little girl, wrestling the doll. You know.
Have them out of a box.
I thought that shit showed how gifted of wrestlers they were. If you could have one of them, I forget who had a match with an invisible man. That was amazing. Like someone had a match with a visible man. If you could do that and pull it off, that's all. I think it's good.
Only in Japan.
I know.
Let WWE pull that shit. Oh my God, they're not creative.
But maybe no. I don't think they'll go to that length because Japan, you can get away with a lot. In Japan, you really can't.
Okay, Kaliko, so are you going with Omega or are you going with Jericho?
I'm gonna go with Omega just for the simple fact that Omega is the hottest wrestler, and why wouldn't you want the hottest wrestler in your main event for the title? Because Jericho's there to be the guy that gives it credibility. He's not him winning the championship is gonna do what for the company? It's like Jeff Jarrett winning the TNA title 18 million times. Like, what did it do for the company?
No, you're missing something though. Chris Jericho's a household name. No one outside of NJPW and the bubble of wrestling know Kenny Omega yet in a mainstream way. Jericho can get him to that level just by facing him, and whoever he faces, he can give them that rub, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I think it'll happen.
But it's going to be different between Jericho versus, let's say, if Ty Dillinger wins the Royal Rumble. You see what I'm saying? So, like,
Don't be shitting on Ty Dillinger. He's a perfect 10.
Well,
no, he's the perfect 10. But to me, it depends on who wins the Battle Royal. Like,
it's got to be one of the 4 unannounced people. It has to be.
It has to be. So one of those WWE people that people don't.
Who last year at Atlanta, the winner. Wait, the winner of the Battle Royal was in the. Gordon wasn't supposed to be in that match, and he won. So just saying.
Sure.
So yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, it wouldn't. I get what they're saying, but I can't see them going. Let's say Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho. Like that would be like. Because that would be like, yo, that's WWE. Why would I?
No, that's 2 amazing wrestlers that used to work at WWE that are now in this amazing new company that are their own men, and they're gonna.
But regardless of what the fact is, they're just going to see them as WWE guys. So if let's say if Moxley comes and wins, I think Kenny Omega's going to win because Dean Ambrose is already a household name.
But you don't understand because they don't understand what I do. And I'm sorry, when I get worked up, I just forget if I hold on to the thought too long. I forgot again.
No, go for it.
I know I forgot. If I was holding on to the thought and you were.
You'll have your ding moment again, Mitch.
Yeah, you'll come. The ding moment.
So I'm going to tell my thoughts. I think Jericho's going to win. Just for the simple fact that Omega beat him last time. He lost to Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, and he's going to lose to Okada in 2 weeks.
I get it. I get that point, but I also get the point. Like, if the person that wins the Royal Rumble is a former WWE wrestler that had a household name,
yeah,
I can't see them being WWE like.
I just totally disagree with you, and I just want you guys to watch.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just going. That's like saying, "Oh yeah, we're TNA, and our main event is going to be Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy."
Okay, but real quick though, WWE held them from doing what they wanted to do. They told them how to wrestle, what kind of style. So you're not going to see the Dean Ambrose. You're going to see Jon Moxley. You're not going to see Chris Jericho of WWE. You're going to see the Chris Jericho that was in JPW.
But as much as people say about WWE style, that shit is safe and it keeps their ass from getting hurt worse than what they are now. So,
But no, they can do amazing shit and still get out of it safely.
because isn't the point of wrestling the storytelling, not amazing moves?
But if you can do it and still not get hurt, and you do amazing shit and not get hurt and do it safely, why the fuck not? It looks great.
I'm just saying, man. That's how my boy Tanahashi got hurt.
Right?
But Tanahashi didn't. Takahashi or Tanahashi?
Takahashi.
And then you got it.
Bomb.
Can you help me?
Time bomb. Well, that was just an accident. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying like the style is more. The
Like
style is more.
he had worse matches with Dragon Lee than that.
True.
Alright, are we gonna talk about Dean Malenko signing with AEW as well?
I saw that coming along.
I mean, let's get all of them on.
He's gonna
Next
be.
thing, Sasha Banks is gonna come.
No,
And the Bushwhackers are gonna come.
bro, they're like they're working backstage because they it's a theme like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko, all old Jim Ross, so many old WCW names in the backstage trying to help the younger guys with their expertise and their knowledge of their experiences. It works.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
It's gonna work, in my opinion. That's why I'm hyped for it.
Alright. And AEW's tomorrow.
Yeah, man, and enjoy that. I wish I could go. Fuck.
Yeah, I will be there. I will actually be giving I'm gonna give out some flyers, and if you see me, give me a shout out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's,
No, I'm saying the people online.
oh, I know.
If we catch you in the crowd,
Yeah, that's not what I was.
Yeah, well, I'm by at what Mitch is saying. There's two entrances. I think I'm gonna be by at least one of them.
yeah, you got a 50 shot of being buying in.
There's a less and less entrance I've seen. I'll get you guys a picture of. I'll find a picture for you.
Yeah, tweet that out.
Go, Daddy.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, and that concludes Wrestling with Entertainment. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment. Mitch, you are on Twitter. Please give out your Twitter.
Yeah, you can reach me at Nick Mayhem X on Twitter.
And
Kaliko, your Twitter is?
It is I am Kaliko. Hit me up, and I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. Give me all the smoke. I'll take all the smoke.
You know what? No, wait, real quick. You know what, though? It would be boring if you had a show where we agreed with everything. At least we have different opinions, and we come and we're not bitching at each other. We're bringing good points to each other. I like that. It's a good debate.
You know, I kind of like heel Kaliko.
It's not heel. It's people see it as heel, but it's more reasonable and realistic. I have to give them the realness, man.
And that's exactly what a heel would say, Kaliko.
See,
I'm here to give you truth.
Listen to me, damn it.
I was going to be seen as a heel because I was defending the little engine that hasn't proven itself yet. So.
Oh my God, I'm not against the little engine that could, but the little engine that could is not going to beat Usain Bolt in a fucking one-on-one race.
It's going to be a huge alternative for people who feel disenfranchised like me, though. So.
I will give you that.
Thank you.
All right. We will talk. We will be back on our regularly scheduled programming Saturdays at 5 o'clock next week. We will have all the dirt and fallout from AEW, possibly whatever happens in WWE, depending on what happens there.
If they do anything interesting.
Yeah. For my co-host Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, I'm James J, and this is wrestling with entertainment.